Hello everyone and welcome to Smells Like Teen Angst. I'm Sarah and today we are going to talk about the Netflix original movie, Under Paris. Now before I get started, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. We've been getting a lot of new viewers lately and I hope to have earned one from you. Now let's talk about Under Paris. Under Paris tells a story about a shark that is super smart and makes its way to the Seine, and the Seine is the river that runs through Paris. In the trailer and throughout the film, we discover that it is a new species of shark that has adapted in order to be able to live in more fresh water and not the salinity of the sea. We learn a lot more about this shark throughout the movie that makes me chuckle. So, as you know, if you've watched some of my other shark movie reviews, I love a shark movie. I love good shark movies, I like bad shark movies, and some movies like this I will just watch for the plot. Under Paris is possibly one of the most underwhelming shark movies I've seen in a very long time. I know this seems kind of crazy coming from someone like me, but it's boring. I am all for people making dumb decisions. It's supposed to be a scary movie. However, and when you play these characters, you're supposed to be playing the smartest version of who they are, right? So we have a group of biologists, marine biologists, I'm going to say, that decide and are surprised when there are sharks swarming a dead whale that's caught in a net. I mean, last time I checked, that's just a shark feeding ground, but who am I? I'm not a marine biologist. And another thing I found really interesting is that I didn't care about anybody. So as everyone is like killed one by one by this shark, I find myself being like, I guess. Or like, how did we get here? Or even just like, well, yeah, they were annoying me a lot, so bye. But no one that I cared about. I thought the lead actress's story was lame. When we meet the Parisian police, they finally gave one of them like an interesting backstory. But at that point, we were like an hour plus into the movie and it felt too late. So there were no stakes for me as a viewer. If I don't care about the characters, I'm not rooting for the characters, then I'm on Team Shark over here. I'm on Team Lilith, okay? I love the setting of a shark movie being in the Seine and under Paris in the catacombs. There's a lot of fun and interesting things that they did. I do feel Under Paris was incredibly timely because part of the issue with the shark being in the Seine is that there's going to be a triathlon. It is the warm-up for the Olympics that are coming to Paris, which is true. They come to Paris this year. And it is pointing out a lot of the issues that Paris has had in its past. It's pointing out all the money they finally decided to pour into their city when people have been begging for it for decades. I get that. I live in Los Angeles. My city is doing the same thing. So it is nice to kind of see that in a way, like Black Demon, this is a political shark movie. But even though you're trying to make these points, you cannot forget that as a viewer, I need to care about what's going on. Lilith, which is the name of the shark because that's what they named her when they put the tracker on her, is even very on topic. She too chooses the bear, which I think is rather hilarious. I am also a forgiving of science person when it comes to movies like this. Sometimes you have to just like, science is here and we all survive. We are just gonna give this movie a lot of plot armor and I'm okay with that. I actually don't hate that. But the whole movie can't be plot armor. Does that make sense? It has to go somewhere. And the way you don't make a whole entire movie plot armor is by giving me interesting characters. If you've ever seen the movie Bait, it's a movie about a shark that gets caught in a grocery store. I know, on the surface that sounds ridiculous, but it is one of the best shark movies I've seen in ages. So, and it's older, so go watch that. Anyway, back to Under Paris. Another one of my complaints about Under Paris is that nothing happens until the last 10 minutes. It doesn't really even build tension that well. There's not like a person, I mean, I guess there is like a person dying here or there, but they're so spread out that it like feels not impactful. And then I actually think this does have an incredible ending. It does not have your ribbon tie bow and tie bow. It doesn't have like your perfect happy ending that is tied in a bow to give you like the perfect happy ending package. Instead, the shark kind of wins in a way. And I thought that was pretty ballsy. I think that's really ballsy to have an ending where the shark wins. And now I'm like, where do we go from here? Because we could get a sequel, and I will watch it. Or it could end there and be incredibly like terrifying and ominous. Overall, Under Paris was not my favorite shark movie. I've seen some better ones over the last year or so than this one. I really think if we had more interesting characters, likable characters, people to cling on to and really want to root for, this could have been a slam dunk of a movie. But without that and the lack of suspense throughout, and it really only having a payoff in the last 10 minutes, this one is kind of skippable for me. And I'm sad because I thought this was a really great premise.
C'est fini.
Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I'm Sarah. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our more angsty videos.